Welcome to another battle commentary. This is the rematch against the 4th Legion on the Syrian Ridge. This time our team is on the attacker side, which is slightly better than the defender side because of this area. You can deploy in this forest behind the lake and flank troops on this hill of position 2 and this hill of position 1. As players, we have Athos on position 1 here, with Great Britain against London, once again with Prussia. In the middle, it is me with Great Britain against Willibald, who also uses Prussia. And on position 3, there is Ottokar with France against Dion, who uses the Ottoman Empire. London and Philippel used standard mixes of musketeers, guards, fusiliers, and light cavalry for Prussia. Athos also picked a standard build with the British, with 2 light cav, 5 lights, guards, and many foot infantry, while I brought some other units for contesting the hill. I have 1 dragoon guard in here. That's heavy cavalry, which is a bit cheaper than, for example, the horse guards, but it can do the same job basically. Over here I also have some Highlanders, 2 units. They have a great charge bonus, especially against the Prussian musketeers. That's kind of they can be destroyed quickly by the Highlander charge bonus in melee combat. But overall, the British regulars are also they are not only the best line infantry of the game in shooting, they are also good in melee, but rather defensive. So you can bring some Highlanders, like I did in this game, but only 1 or 2 if you really plan to go into melee combat. Otherwise, you should use the regular line infantry of Great Britain. Ottokar brought 5 chasseurs cheval, so 5 cavalry, some voltigeurs, young and old guards, and line infantry, so quite a balanced build which can react on multiple tactics. Dion had 7 cavalry, 5 of them being mounted Nizami Jadid shooter cav, 2 of them are Sipahi cavalry. Also he brought 2 light infantry of the Nizami Jadid and 2 Azar units. That's a sniper unit with 90 men, which can also deploy stakes, but they can't take cover by kneeling down, and the stats are also very bad. And he completed his build with 6 Nizami Jadid line infantry. That means that he has very low numbers of in line infantry. It's a build to support his teammates with cavalry while holding back his opponent with his lights. So he will be defensive on in his area here and send cavalry here to the middle. So let's go. You can see that Athos sent his 2 light dragoons, 1 of the King's German Legion and 1 standard one, to the hill to aid me on the ridge. But London did the same with 2 lances, and Philippel has 5 cavalry units. So we are not only outnumbered with 5 to 7. Lances always win the charge against units which are not lances. Our cav will gain the upper hand in longer melee fights if they don't retreat their lances. It kind of depends how much micromanagement they spend on their cavalry. I was very nervous in this battle, and in a brilliant move I sent up my general as well, and he got killed within the first minute by a lancer charge of Philippel. So, perfect start for a clan game. Especially since this position is like the place where the main action obviously will be throughout the game, since Dion also sends his troops here. And you see my moral dropping. And Athos reacted quickly and sent his general to give moral to my troops. I ordered my light infantry to shoot the Sipai and Lancers here, and I wanted them to charge down the hill into my squares, which kind of worked. My Coldstream Guards are in the middle here to boost the morale, and the light infantry is behind. I hope I will open fire soon. But the Sipai cavalry charges over here, and the light infantry of Philippil is already up the hill. My morale breaks quickly because my general died, and I also lost the square with this one. So very, very bad micro by me. Now my lights opened fire and killed a lot of lances, but this line is already running, and this one is in danger to get destroyed as well. But my Dragoon Guards and Athos King's German Legion Light Dragoons are still here, fighting some lights. And I charged my Highlanders down the hill into the Prussian ranks. He retreated his Fusiliers and also has some foot guards, which can resist the Highlanders pretty good. But you see the numbers dropping as well. And this action means that the Highlanders cleared the way for my troops to get up the hill, even without a cavalry advantage. And my Dragoon Guards are still around with 2 upgrades, but now they are out of the game. So they did a very good job. Morale is still very bad, but Athos has his general staff here now. And I managed to bring up my foot infantry on the hill. He charges with cavalry, but his musketeers are out of the game, and my Highlanders are still around with 64, and I retreat them now. They are very tired, and I want to rest them and use them later. But the other one is still fighting the foot guards, which is down to 41 by the Highlander melee combat. So, very nice job by my Highlanders. Over here, Landon took this ridge, and Athos is defensive on position 1, but he has a good position in both of these forests. Over here, Dion, as I described in the beginning, is defensive on his position. Ottokar is deploying for an attack landon and also sent some chasseur cheval here in the middle to counter Dion's cavalry. Landon lost one of his Prussian Fusiliers. He went too far, and you see that the King's German Legion light foot of Athos shot from inside the forest on into the open. Landon now wants to take this ridge as he did in the forest as he did in the last game against Dion. But Athos has more troops in here, and it doesn't want to give him a foothold in here. My foot infantry is still around in high numbers on the hill, and the stats are much better than the musketeers of Prussia. So if he stays like this and doesn't support his line infantry with cavalry, which is coming now, they will get destroyed. My light foot is ready to take to go into the action over here. The Landwehr is out of the game. He should have charged the lights. So far, Athos holds very good against the Prussians. Coldstream Guard is here in the forest. I charged my general staff since he doesn't, since I don't have cavalry anymore and my general died. So I used them as heavy cavalry. My light infantry has a very good position now here on the hill. And this ridge is also very important for us. Athos has to be very cautious because he doesn't have his general on his side. I am really, I really need it in the middle. He finally had to retreat his King's German Legion Lightfoot because of the lances which are around here. But there is no guard unit or something. But the two Prussian Fusiliers are approaching from the middle to double team this Lightfoot. My general staff is handing down the small musketeer units, and Ottokar helps me with some chasseur cheval. While there is still Prussian cavalry in my ranks. And Dion helps his teammates with some mounted rifles. So I can't really leave the squares, but it doesn't matter. There are no musketeers up here to shoot my squares anymore. Dion stops here and wants to shoot my square from close distance. So nice use by the cavalry by him. But the French cavalry is still in his ranks behind him. So they didn't shoot. And the lances charged the Sipai cavalry. Sorry, I thought he brought 5 chasseur cheval, but obviously there was 1 French lances. Athos sent his line infantry up here to push back the Fusiliers of London. And London charged with his lances, and Athos lost the square, but that's not that big of a deal because they got charged sideways. That does not inflict many casualties. But I have no backline here anymore to protect my light infantry. I sent my very tired Highlander foot there now. My general is still fighting the Prussian units. London finally managed to get a foothold in this forest, but Athos doesn't want to give him more space than which he already gave him, so he sends troops here with his Coldstream Guards especially to fight him back. The lances are still in the British ranks, but only with 22. The Brandenburg Uhlans are coming. So my Highlanders destroyed the other Lancer unit, and my light infantry comes up the hill now because there is the Prussian force is not on the hill anymore, and they don't have much cavalry anymore. Dion has, but they are far away so far. That's a good charge by the Brandenburg Uhlans on the light infantry, but Athos formed a square, and the Brandenburg Uhlans tried to retreat again, but they got stuck into the square. Philippil is shooting with a lot of troops on my light infantry, which is behind the ridge, so mostly covered. And my lights have a very good position now, here up the hill, and they both have full numbers. Lennon sends more troops to feed this forest so he doesn't get pushed out again. So well played by him to again catch this this forest. And Attis Moral is also getting problems now because his general is in the middle. My Highlanders are here in a good position on the hill, and they retreat again. They are still tired. Dion lost one light infantry unit, which was in light formation over here, and got shot by 3 units. And Ottokar still prepares for an attack over here. Brandenburg Uhlans, at least the remnants, are coming into the middle now. Attis' forces suffered a lot of casualties around here, but he still reforms for a counter-attack, as you see here. My light foot got charged by the Brandenburg Uhlans, but my Highlanders formed a square. And another cav of Dion is incoming. Attis committed his troops in a charge against the Prussian musketeers and fusiliers. They will make a lot of damage even with lower numbers. And he also sent his general over here to help his units morally. But Dion saw this gap of small units here between Attis and me very well, and sent his shooter cav there. He could have killed the general stuff, but he didn't charge it, so lucky for us, because otherwise that would be a very grand problem. There are still the Coldstream Guards here in the back. Attis probably forgot them. I think they chased some Lancer units because of an attack order. You see that my moral is very bad since Attis sent his general over here. Landon finished off the small British units in melee, but one more foot infantry holds the line in this forest. Here, when you run sideways and give an attack order on a unit in front of you, then they will not just start shooting, they will continue running sideways and then take a position. Same happened again. So only give an attack order when you approach directly to the enemy, or when your unit already stands. Okay. One more foot infantry of me coming to help Atas and surround Landon's forces here in this forest. Ottokar sent a cavalry unit on the small Prussian units over here and charged the mounted rifles, but Dion gave an attack order and almost finished off the Chasseur Cheval. Ottokar committed them in a sneaky attack on the general staff of Landon, but he saw it, and Landon retreated his troops. He saw that he is getting overflanked by my line, and retreated on this ridge with the remnants of his army, while I still attack Philippil with my lights and try to fight off the mounted rifles of Dion. Chasseur Cheval are still around with 4 men, but they didn't kill the general. I still have one full King's German Legion Lightfoot, and will engage them. I will engage the foot guard over here probably. My Highlanders are still tired, unfortunately, but I charge downhill into the ranks of the musketeers, and this musketeer also seems to be out of ammunition. Atta still has a lot of troops, some Lightfoot even, and sends a line into the middle now to help me to chase Philippil's troops. Over here, Ottokar deployed his line infantry, and Dion committed a counterattack with his Ottoman troops. And on the far left, Ottokar also approaches with some voltiges as meat shield. Nobody expects that. To quote Dux. Some Swiss foots are trying to attack this light infantry in the forest, and he comes very close to inflict as many casualties as possible in a few minutes. And we see that there is another line infantry and one Janissaries in this forest. They were hidden, and they will attack Ottokar's flank. The Janissaries are quite cheap, and they can be leveled up for not that much money as well. Normally they get 3 upgrades, because then they have 2 more moral points, and they can be very good even against guard units, and especially against regular line infantry like the Swiss foot. They can make a lot of damage within a very short time. Ottokar sees that, and he retreats. The Janissaries are like remnants of the old Ottoman army before the Nizamidid reforms. Ottokar has no cavalry on his left flank, and Dion does, so that's a grand problem for Ottokar now. He also has no old guard or guard unit in general there. Some small Chasseur Cheval unit is trying to help his left flank now, but Ottokar managed to push Dion back to push him back in this forest, and also he took this forest. So this one was the last one which they held over here, and Dion retreated and Philip also retreated his foot guards, so I can take this forest now. And I still push back Philip's forces. London came down the hill once again and attacked Athos' forces, which are, as I said, superior in numbers. There's a small hill over here. That's a well microed line here by London to shoot this line and being covered from the fire of this one. But now he deploys behind this ridge, so he can shoot above it. So really well done. Dion succeeded with his counterattack on his left. Nice trap by him over here. The Swiss foot and the Voltiges got destroyed completely by the Janissaries, but now they are very tired and have to rest. The Coldstream Guards got back into the game and are fighting the Musketeers on the flank now. Foot Guards over here charge the Connaught Rangers, but Athos doesn't want to fight them in melee because the Connaught Rangers are extremely good in shooting, but not that good in melee. And nice micro again by London. He charged the flank of the Coldstream Guards, so Athos cannot form a square anymore against the general staff of London. But they have only 9 men, and the guard always can resist the charge of cavalry much better, especially when they are only low numbers. And Athos counterattacks with his main core of the army over here into this forest. He goes very close, so he doesn't want to fight from outside the forest against the forest. Lennon saw that in a shooting combat he doesn't have a chance on this distance, in this low distance, so he charged his troops to make some more to bring some more casualties to Athos, but the British lines held. So Lennon is almost out of units. Ottokar deployed here in this forest. The Janissaries and the Ottoman lines over here retreated. And some more troops retreated behind this hill, behind this lake, sorry. My King's German Lightfoot is still around and is ready to engage the Azars. I replaced some of Ottokar's units over here, so he can send more units on our left to engage this forest and destroy the Janissary unit. Dion still has one cavalry unit, and my King's German Legion Light attacked the Azars, and as I said, they can't knee down and take cover, so they are an easy target for my King's German Legion. With the help of one line of Athos, I also pushed Dion's forces over here, but he retreated. I got a shot off because he walked sideways. with my Coldstream Guards. And Ottokar came very close against the Ottomans over here, and this enabled Dion to charge once again with his Janissaries against the Fusiliers. The Janissaries are already recovered and destroyed the Fusiliers within seconds. There are only Fusiliers and Swissfoot over here, so they can destroy unit after unit. The small mounted rifle unit comes here to make Ottokar square his line infantry and his old guard. As I said, he goes for the Fusiliers now. Ottokar sends his general staff to fight the Janissaries. Over here we overflank the Ottoman units, and the Ottoman morale over here is very bad because the general is on this side, but he can't be everywhere, so he wanted to boost the morale of the Janissaries. Now he charged the old guard, which couldn't form square anymore. I'm unfortunately out of ammunition. The swords are still around, fighting the Swissfoot. The Ottoman general killed the French general and charged the Fusiliers, so all the 3 lines over here got destroyed. But Ottokar's young guard with 99 and old guard with 96 deployed to flank the Nizamid line infantry over here. That will be the end. Ottokar's general staff tries to hunt down the remaining Janissaries, and Dion charged his general into the square of the young guard. But he doesn't have a chance to win the game anymore, so yeah. So with the help of Attis general, I managed to hold my line on the ridge and even take it. Athos also fought off Landon's attacks, and Ottokar pushed Dion. Dion tried to support his teammates with his cavalry and did some nice cuff charges and inflicted a lot of casualties, but he didn't make much damage himself till the late game by his trap over here. But he killed some French lines, but no guards, and this couldn't change the tides of the game anymore. So we'll play to the 4/9 and see you in the next video. Bye.